What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. Big news, big brawl broke out at the UFC PI between none other than Khamzat Chimaev and Paulo Costa. Forget about me. Let's get right into the action, and I will give you my breakdown. All right. Now let's watch this part. All right. So that went down at the UFC PI. That was Paulo Costa on the other side of the ring in the white t-shirt, and Khamzat Chimaev the week of his fight, main event fight versus Nate Diaz. That's why Khamzat's there. Paulo was training in Las Vegas with my buddy, Jake Shields. Jake Shields was there with Paulo, and Jake actually had something to say about it. Let's hear what Jake had to say, and we'll give you a little bit deeper dive into the whole situation. Let's fix the sound here. Sound not so good on this site. All right, so if you couldn't hear that, let me just briefly tell you what Jake Shields, former Strikeforce champion, legit fought GSP for the UFC world title. Jake said, I was there this morning working out with Paulo Costa, going over some techniques and drilling. All of a sudden, Khamzat starts yelling at us, cussing at Paulo like, well, you want to fight? Shields says. We look over, and it's him and like 10 dudes. So Paulo jumps up and starts talking shit. I run over to back up Paulo because I don't know if they're trying to jump him, right? There were a couple guys, so I wasn't sure if they were going to jump him. There were a couple guys we didn't recognize. So we run over and start talking shit, and Khamzat keeps going. Let's fight now. But as he's saying that, he's walking down the stairs, and it kind of looked like that in the video. It seemed like it was kind of more of an act for the cameras than anything. I guess someone said afterwards that he was scoping us out for 10 minutes. If he wanted to fight Paulo, he would have run in there and started swinging on him, not stood outside the cage and say, let's fight right now. Let's fight. It seemed like kind of a weak thing, Shields said. I guess that's why he was upset, because Paulo called him a fake gangster, and that was the perfect example of him being a fake gangster. So I'm going to give you what Paulo said at the very end of this in a moment. So basically, Paulo Costa, Jake Shields are training inside the UFC PI by themselves, the two of them all alone. Khamzat is standing on the side of the cage for about 10 minutes or so watching Jake Shields. Jake Shields also is working with Nate Diaz. Jake is a cornerman of Nate Diaz. Jake is one of Nate Diaz's best friends. So kind of disrespectful of Khamzat to be standing there spying on the coach of the guy he's about to fight inside the UFC PI, which is supposed to be neutral territory, as everybody knows. But it is what it is. So he's there watching for 10 minutes, and then he comes out and starts talking smack to Paulo. Paulo talks smack back. Khamzat's there with a bunch of guys. You can see there's a whole gang of guys with Khamzat, and there's only Jake and Paulo by themselves and a couple other guys not with them inside. They were smack talking. Nothing, of course, happened. But here's what Paulo actually had to say about the whole situation. And I think this is very interesting to give you guys context.
I met Chimaev there, and man, you are scared. The guy stood there and froze. He froze, man. Oh my god. I actually was not surprised. As I said before, cupcake Chechen, gourmet Chechen. He's a bully with small guys, a shiny guys, not the big guys like me, you know? And I know that. So my friends, I was there with Jake Shields, and as you guys know, Jake Shields is Nate Diaz jiu-jitsu coach, and I was practicing, you know, there was some techniques.
A little bit more of the video.
And Chimaev was there too with his team, and he finished and he went to watch our train. And he stood there for a couple minutes. I don't know how much minutes, like 10, just watching with his whole team. I think to learn some techniques for us. I don't know. Maybe he's worried about the jiu-jitsu.
All right, so I'm going to stop that there. Thank you, MMA Junkie. Thank you, MMA Fighting. Thank you, the Schmo, for sharing your videos with us. Let me break this down briefly. So, Khamzat Chimaev, he's fighting Nate Diaz this week. Everybody should be excited about this fight. Tune in. Could be very exciting. I'm going to do another video on a lot of the back talk. Luke Thomas, Ariel Hawani, Leon Edwards, many others in the MMA world had some pretty negative things to say about Nate Diaz and this fight. I disagree. I want to voice my opinion on that fight. But this video is Khamzat rolling up on Paulo Costa. Who do you think got the better of this confrontation? Do you think Paulo Costa by himself with Jake Shields stood his ground, showed no fear? I mean, he really didn't seem to care. And you saw Paulo Costa in that video walking to go meet Khamzat in the octagon to fight him when it was just Paulo by himself. And Khamzat's team was kind of standing behind. You couldn't quite see very well off camera, but his team was there. They were holding him back, which is the right thing to do, by the way. You shouldn't get into a fight at the UFC PI. Like I said, this is sacred ground. This is neutral territory. These are professionals here all getting ready. This is prize fighting, ladies and gentlemen. This is not street fighting. There is no place for this street fighting nonsense when you are a ranked UFC athlete, even as grown adults. There is no place for street fighting anywhere on this planet. Sign the contract, even if it's a smoker. Go to a local gym. You have a disagreement with your idiot neighbor. Say, hey, meet me at the local boxing gym, the local MMA gym. We'll sign waivers. We'll put on 16-ounce gloves. We'll go settle this and move on. That's the way to get it done. You don't do some silliness in the street. You don't do silliness in the gym. You don't do silliness on private or public property when it is not under the licensed legal rules of engagement. Just as a side note from me, I'm a pretty tough guy, street guy. I've been through the mix many times in my life. Also, I'm a civilian. I'm a citizen. I'm an upstanding member of community. I am a husband. I am a father. I am a neighbor. And I'm the 4-time world MMA trainer of the year. Don't be a douchebag and try and get into a fight in the gym. Don't be that D-bag. Right? I mean, that's really what I don't care who's right or wrong in this Casa Khamzat situation. Don't be a fucking douchebag, man. You're what makes this world the problem. You are the problem with this world, with that idiotic, unintelligent attitude. You got a problem, talk to Uncle Dana, sign the fight, go fight. Dana will make that fight, no problem. Don't start all this nonsense. Fight week. And Khamzat, what are you doing? You're fight week. You're about to fight Nate Diaz. I don't think, personally, I want to hear your thoughts below. Personally, I don't think Khamzat was serious. I don't think Khamzat's serious. I don't think he's really trying to get into a bare-knuckle fight with Paulo Costa 3 days before he's about to weigh in and fight Nate Diaz. biggest fight of his career. He's going to go ruin that to fight Paulo Costa in the gym. Are you kidding me? I think this was totally set up. I think it's great for PR. We're talking about it right now. It's hyping the fight with Nate Diaz. That's all I think it is. I don't think it's anything serious. Not that Khamzat's not a serious guy. He is a serious guy. I've been behind the scenes with Khamzat. He's a serious guy. But that doesn't mean he's intelligent when it comes to his career fighting, nor does it appear that he's an upstanding citizen. Paulo Costa, you could say the same thing about. Paulo's got a pretty tarnished reputation in his own right. I'm not standing up for either guy. I'm not putting down either guy. I'm saying this type of attitude, this type of behavior, completely unprofessional. The whole world, the sport is certainly better without it. And what would have happened if they did get into a fight? Let's play this just a little further. What would have happened if one of Khamzat's cornermen sucker punched Paulo? They threw a water bottle, bonked him in the head, cut his eye. What would have happened? Paulo returns and boom, smashes Khamzat, throws a fist, throws an elbow. He gets cut. He gets bruised. He bends his finger. A million different scenarios could have happened. Cops come. Now, what happens? Play this out. How stupid is this? How stupid, how immature, how unintelligent is all of this nonsense? This is all just silly nonsense at the end of the day. But we're talking about it, and I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know. And check the links below. We got great things. Get certified, by the way. Become a Dolce Diet certified coach. The most successful weight management system in the history of combat sports. The only weight management system with a 100% success ratio at the highest level of MMA and combat sports for over 20 years. Become a Dolce Diet certified coach. Click the link below. You want to do one-on-one consultations? I will help you in every way I can. Click the link.